Hello again. This is Science or Myth. This is Watching Singularity. You can find me on X at Science or Myth. Today we're going to go over a little bit of an overview of the developer console and specifically how, as a developer, you can actually integrate and use our ecosystem with your agents. This basically is the system was always designed as an agent-first platform. It has a UI for the individuals that don't have a developer background and they don't necessarily know how to like use agents, but the kind of simple setup is very simple. You would simply just come to the develop. You would just create an API key in settings. You just come to the little gears at the very top after you create your account, and then you just basically create a new API key, and you would copy and paste it into your system, and you can rotate them out as you feel appropriately, and that allows you to integrate and connect to our system. Okay, so how do you actually integrate and connect Cloud Code or OpenClaw or any of your agentic systems or your harnesses, whatever harnesses you're using? It doesn't necessarily matter. They're all compatible with our system. So the the developer console is simply led at right here, and you can just follow the quick start where you simply just copy paste the specific APC the MCP server in your specific project, and then enter your API key, and then Cloud Code would be able to interact with our system. You can also have Cloud Desktop hit OpenClaw or any MCP client or any client for that matter, or any framework by basically using curl. You can also use Node.js as well as JavaScript in addition to Python. So there's different systems with Python that lets you interact with our ecosystem. This basically is the breakdown how to interact with Python. It works by basically downloading a skills manifest. The skills manifest stores all the different schemas that the system's going to be interacting with. So you don't actually have to do anything. The moment you just have to copy and paste this little section right here, and once you do that, it will be able to communicate to our system, and then you can kind of prompt away to see the kinds of things you can do with our ecosystem. You can read the guide. It kind of just walks you through the different the different things that you can use, and how to basically set everything up. And the idea behind it is that there's over 200 currently 239 exposed tools within the system, 22 Stella agents, over 17 categories, and these specific agents they're specialized within a specific subset, and they have more complicated things that you can end up accomplishing. You can kind of see the things that you can end up doing. You can end up invoking several agents. You can end up doing financial analysis. You can do real estate property evaluation. You can do engineering. You can do coding. You can do research. You can do content and documents. I mean, you can just go down there. There's more systems that you can end up integrating with. The general idea is that you're going to give your agents the means to solve more complicated problems, just basically interacting. And the agent itself will make the determination how to solve the problem and read these skills manifest in order to come up with an idea of how to address your problem. Additionally, there is something called the roadmap. A roadmap, what it does is it creates a loop for your agent to basically run things autonomously on your local machine. So the roadmap planner will hierarchically break down any task into a series of subtasks, and this drive roadmap will direct your specific behaviors on your system. And this will let you specify how many specific agents could basically interact, and it will actually plan around your specific problem. So for example, if you're using Cloud Code or OpenClaw within your system, it will design the policies and it will design the testing and the testing frameworks to allow you to solve a particular problem that you're using. And that way, it basically, and it also is built in a way where it's jailed from any other response. It's built with security in mind to help sure that nothing ends up basically, spilling over. You can read through this as well about basically how the autonomous agent runner works on your own host machine. In addition to that, everything eventually is being connected to the MCP server with the remote. Meaning all the tools that you interact with on the system will be connected and be fleshed out. Now let's just go into some detail about the kinds of things that exist on the system. We can explore the financial equities, for example. The financial equities allow us to basically go through uh, snapshot data that exists uh, of a particular equity. And specifically, I want to go over the quant finance dashboard, and this is connected basically to the back end that helps you do more analysis. So if, for example, if I wanted to basically walk down, I wanted to see NVIDIA will fetch a specific price, and it will give you a breakdown of how the stock. It will run a specific analysis, and it will basically determine fundamentals. Now, these types of more advanced methodologies will be connected into the MCP bus into the future. But right now, they exist only on the UI front end, and they will allow you to do more complicated, analysis of a particular stock. And again, these analysis basically would get more and more sophisticated as time goes on. So you can see the full analysis breakdown here. You can end up doing sentiment and news, for example, and you can see that there's a lot of different surfaces to end up hitting. You can end up integrating different news, for example, news and sentiment. You can end up having agents interact with a specific stock, for example. And this is kind of like the general idea behind most of these agents, is that they give you point by point information to have you understand. And this is just one of the domain tools that's capable to allow you to do more complicated things. So if we come back here, there is a lot more tools that exist within this ecosystem. And as I stated, this is something that was built over over a period of about 6 months. So there's a lot of different surfaces that are currently going to be connected together. And the idea, kind of notionally, is that we're having a system that can pretty much build primitives. And each of these primitives can be structured in such a way that your agents can kind of organize information that would normally be combinatorial, too expensive to actually explore. By structuring it and grounding it in real-time information, it prevents the LLM from hallucinating as much. And it gives it real-time injection. And that's kind of the idea, is providing real-time stability to your specific inference patterns that you're using while you're building your agents. So this is basically has been a rough overview, like I said, of how to set up the MCP server and how to basically integrate with our ecosystem as we continue to roll out more functionality as it relates to giving your agents the ability to do more comprehensive and more complex workflows that are beyond just standard skills that you might have become that you might. Hello again. This is Science or Myth. This is Watching Singularity. You can find me on X at Science or Myth. Today we're going to go and and additionally you can sign up and you can get API key as I suggested. If you want to just see the functionality, there is non-auth gated a list, but just hitting it the direct MC endpoint. You can just explore the functionalities that exist without the API key, but any type of tooling requires an API key. Thank you. And again, you can subscribe to Watching Singularity. You can find me on X at Science or Myth.